Hey folks, Mav's Dad here back with another watch review. I've got a pretty nice little budget sports watch for you today. This is the Casio 100 meter quartz sports watch, model number MRW200H-1BV. And as usual, we'll open it up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then I'll give you my overall impressions of this pretty nice little budget sports watch. Here you go with your typical Casio watch box. Nothing new there. And as a lot of you know, Casios come on this little display stand. A lot of them do anyway. And inside you have your manual and your warranty information. I'm not going to take those out because honestly, it's really boring. So let's go ahead and take this thing off the watch stand and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Now I'll go ahead and put up all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen, and then we'll go a little more into detail later in the review. So you're looking at a 43mm case. It is 12 millimeters thick. It's on a 18 millimeter resin bracelet. It's 100 meters water resistant, which is 330 feet. It has a mineral crystal. It's got the Casio 5125 movement. It has a 3-year battery life. You have your day and date function over here at 3 o'clock. It has 24-hour markings on the face of the watch as well. It has a non-screw down crown, and it's got a bi-directional bezel, which moves both ways. So let's go ahead and fix this bezel here real quick. Now the bi-directional bezel kind of bugs me because you really can't use this as any sort of real dive watch with it having a bi-directional bezel like that. Also the fact that it's only rated to 100 meters. I mean, that's 330 feet. In order to be considered any sort of serious dive watch, you have to be rated to at least 200 meters. And that's, in my opinion, and I think actually if you look it up, that's really where dive watches start, is at the 200 meter mark, which of course is 660 feet. What this really is a good kids watch. It's inexpensive. I think it's on Amazon for about $16 or $17. They come in multiple different face and bezel colors, and I'll put all of those links in the description field for you. There are tons of different colors of this watch. And this is a really popular watch. This is actually the 10th best-selling watch on Amazon right now. I mean, it's just the perfect mix of bang for your buck, utility. It's not super flashy. It's not super big. It's not small. I mean, it really kind of hits the sweet spot of watches out there. And especially at, $16 or $17, you just can't beat this watch. It'd be a great first watch for a kid. I did a review of a Sekhmet, which is basically a knockoff of the Casio Rangeman, and that's another great little kids watch. And this definitely fits that bill, bill as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the case back here. You basically have your screw. Now I wouldn't say screw down. You basically have 4 screws here that screw the case back onto the watch. I mean, nothing really exciting, folks. This is not going to be a super interesting or technical review because, I mean, this watch, it's $16. What do you expect? But I mean, Casio is just known for making really good, inexpensive watches. And this is one of those. And I think this is, currently one of their best sellers. So it's a neat little watch. Again, nothing revolutionary, no technical marvel here by any means. Real simple face. Obviously, you have your Arabic marking, which are, your 12-1-2. Then you have your 24-hour markings on the inside of that. Again, the bi-directional bezel, which you really can't use this as any sort of dive watch, unfortunately. And it's not really meant to be. I mean, 330 feet is not, not very deep at all. You have a really clear day and date display over at 3 o'clock, which I like. 3-year battery life is okay. A lot of quartz watches today are coming with a lot better battery life. So again, for $16, you really can't bitch but so much. So let's go ahead and test the lume on this thing. Now, I actually tested this a little bit earlier, and it takes a little bit for it to charge up. The lume on this thing is totally unimpressive. So let's take a look at this, and I'll charge it up for you. And I have to charge this thing for probably a good 10 or 15 seconds before the lume will start to light up at all. And even when it does light up, again, it's really unimpressive. You're probably not going to be able to even see it that well. And this is a pretty dark room now that I cut out the studio light. But let's take a look and see if it's charged up at all right now. There you go. Again, very faint. And of course, you're not going to get Seiko's Lumibright or even, one of the other Citizen dive watches lume. And you can see it's just already faded away. So it's a very, very weak application of lume on the indexes and hands. And again, I keep saying it, 16 bucks, folks. You know, what do you expect? So let's go ahead and try this thing on. Let me cut the studio light back on. Let's go ahead and try this thing on. And I tried it on earlier. It's really comfortable. I like this resin strap. It's not as stiff as a lot of them. It's actually a really comfortable little watch to wear. And you got decent wrist presence. So, you know, there you go. Again, this would be great for a kid or somebody that's really wants, you know, a nice little weekend beater watch that doesn't care if they lose it, break it, you know, something happens to it. I mean, it looks good. It looks like a nice little watch. So, there you go. And again, being the 10th best-selling watch on Amazon right now, that's got to tell you something. A lot of people are buying this watch. I think there's over 2,000 reviews of this watch currently on Amazon, and I think like 99% of them are positive. So there you go. Casio's kind of hit it out of the park with this, with a great combination of value for your money and utility and looks, and they've done a good job. So I'll probably end up giving this to my son, and he'll probably lose this one like he did the other watch I just reviewed a couple weeks ago, that Sekhmet Casio Rangeband knockoff. He's already lost that dang thing. But thank God I didn't spend a lot of money for it, because I knew it would happen. So he'll probably lose this one too. But there you go. And if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I'll put a little reminder of that in the lower right-hand corner. And again, this has been the Casio 100-meter quartz sports watch, model number MRW200H-1BV. And again, there are tons of different color combinations, and I'll put all those in the description field. You can get it between, I think it's like $16 and $18 on Amazon. Or, of course, you can go to Casio's website if you want to pay a little bit more, even though you don't have to. I think it's like $24 on Casio's website. So there you go. Go out there and get one if you like it. And that's been it for this review. Until the next review, like I said, I have some more stuff coming up, some really, really nice watches coming up here in the next week or so. And I look forward to reviewing those, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Take care. Bye-bye.